TV. I'm about to ready to do a very deep breakdown on your boy Mac Dre, the legend of the Bay Area. And what I'm about to do is I'm about to go deep into this. Now, it's this whole aspect is actually going to be a question: was Mac Dre sacrificed? And I'm gonna leave it up to you to come up with the whole solution within the comments, yo, the comment section below. And this right here, as you see, I'm gonna play the clips and I'm gonna chime in a second because I'm about to cover a lot. Mac Dre, as you see this right here, notice the number 6. You see that, the gas pump number 6. And if you remember, on Halloween night, actually November 1st at 3:30 a.m., so it's like Halloween night, he had got killed. Now Mac Dre recently had just turned 34, but he was 33 the year of that. You get what I'm saying? And he died at 3:30 a.m. So notice the 33 aspect. So I'm about to, like I said, I'm gonna play the clip and I want you to listen to him because he had got shot in a van, you know what I mean, during an accident. So I'm gonna play the clip and I'm gonna chime in. Just listen to him.
Fucking gas station because some niggas don't know how to drive, man. I ain't gonna say no motherfucking name, but funky muscles.
You hear that? He said some don't know how to drive. And you know how he, like I said, he had got killed in the van. You know what I'm saying? But I'm about to delve deep into this because I really want to cover a lot. Because I'm going to play the clip, and this is when his career first started out. This is when he was around, what was his name, Jay Diggs and those guys. So when you notice that crew, it's just deep because what I want to talk about on this whole aspect is how they was robbing banks to fund his music career. And I'm gonna play the clips on that in a moment, but they said they robbed 47 banks. How do you get out of jail after robbing 47 banks? But like I said, I'm gonna play the clip because actually they looked at Mac Dre at the time because he was on the Billboard at the time, and they looked at his music, and the FBI basically was saying this helped them basically, bring down rappers through their lyrics. We already know this happened with Bobby Schmurder and etc. You know what I'm saying?
Arrested
Listen to this.
for conspiracy to rob a bank.
But there was no bank robbed that day either by anyone.
No bank was robbed, no bank was entered, no bank was nothing.
After his arrest, law enforcement saw tracking crime through rap lyrics. The FBI combed the lyrics of Mac Dre's songs and songs by other artists on his label, leading to dozens of arrests.
You hear that? And how they actually said that they was some pistol whipping of the tellers and all of that. You know what I mean? Was basically they were robbing banks, to fund his music. 47 banks. You know what I mean? It just all don't even make sense because just listen to this guy talk. This is Jay Diggs.
But okay, and with the pizza robberies, was he involved at all?
No.
Not
He
at all.
definitely knew, but he was not involved. By the time the pizza robberies was effective, he had a hit single out. So
Too hard for the radio?
too hard for the fucking radio. So the thing was to keep Dre out the way. You know what I mean? You the rapper, you stay out the way. Let us do this street shit. My nigga, you just get us to the top with this rap shit.
Yeah.
Just listen to this. You know what I'm saying? And they said that they robbed 47 banks. Like, this doesn't even make any sense. You know what I mean? But I'm going to delve deep into this because when you know about Mac Dre, going back to, like I said, how he was killed in the van, and when you know about the bank robbery, they said that didn't happen that day at the Bank of America because Jay Diggs said he noticed a news van exiting a vehicle to commit the robbery, but he was not sure what was taking place. So basically, he got in the car and sped off, and then 3 men were arrested shortly after. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You know what I mean? Like, just listen to that. That don't even make sense. But I'm gonna have to delve deeper into this because the whole aspect of this is what I noticed when I looked at him, his whole background, because I knew about him, I knew about his music, especially like if you're familiar with the movie Fruitvale, you heard the song Feeling Myself. That's a real popular track. But what's his name? Mac Dre was linked up with Kyrie, who is basically like a producer. I think he helped produce the Young Black Brother, his first album that hit, that was his first only commercial, really his main commercial album that hit the charts, like number 80 on the top 100, if I'm not mistaken. And basically, what was so deep about that is when you look at Kyrie, Mac Dre was tied in with Michael Charles Robinson, aka the Mac. That was his mentor. Like I said, I'm gonna get into all of the clips and everything soon, and I'm gonna chime in. But you see how he was tied up with Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and all of that. But what's so deep about that is so crazy that I noticed when you look at this, the Mac, remember they said that he actually was killed. He was murdered because somebody made mistaking his identity for someone else, so they killed him. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just crazy because at that time, the Strictly Business record label was out. You know what I mean? Through Kyrie. Kai was Kyrie's record label. And what tripped me out about that too is like the Game is Thick part one is where you see the Mac. You see how he's getting the briefcase. You see that? Notice like the exchange. Notice the businessman and you see the briefcase. And then notice the rapper, he basically in the briefcase, like it's like the great exchange. You know what I mean? And when you understand that, when you understand how this industry go, you know what I'm saying? With wealth, you receive wealth as things you got to do for this. But I'm gonna get deep onto that because that was before he died. He dropped this whole aspect of receiving the money that he actually he ended up getting mistaken for basically mistaken for another person and killed. That was Mac Dre's mentor. But notice Mac Dre again with the number 6. And then you see he got the Game is Thick part 2. He's doing the same scenario with the briefcase. And notice the bridge and the cars. You feel me? You know how he was killed inside of a car. And these are all Mac Dre. This is all Mac Dre right here. But just pay attention to that. The car in black and the car in red. You know what I'm saying? And notice how the man is like, how they both do the same pose where like they looking at the watch. Like the time. And giving the briefcase for the wealth. You feel what I'm saying? And if you remember, if you notice that briefcase right there, Mac Dre actually had the album called the Dragonomics, Ronald Dragon, The People's Choice. And as you see, which is so deep about that, because as you see this briefcase right there, you see what I'm saying? He has the briefcase that he was just holding on the album before he died. You know what I mean? Notice that's the same briefcase. You feel where I'm going with this? So it's just like, come on, man. Like it's just like all in our face, how how everything is. Because that right there, he actually had another album too called The Genie of the Lamp that came out the same day as Ronald Dragon, The People's Choice. And when you understand the genie is nothing but a spirit that basically represents nothing but like demons that like basically are like trapped in the lamp. You get what I'm saying? If you remember the movie Aladdin, you get the wishes, you know what I mean? He dropped that the same day that Ronald Dragon came out. You feel me? Hey, remember I was already talking about with him receiving the same briefcase. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. But I'm about to delve deep into this. One more time. You see that? And then you see this same briefcase. I just want to show that right quick. And then the same day this album came out, these were actually his last 2 albums before the Game is Thick dropped. But what tripped me out about that, how he had this, the Ronald Dragon, and then the Genie of the Lamp. Like that was like he was like a spirit. You know what I'm saying? They both came out July 20th. And remember, July 22nd is when his mentor, the Mac, died. You know what I'm saying? So that's some deep stuff right there. You know what I mean? And then he got the same album cover as his mentor. You know what I'm saying? The Mac. So I'm about to delve deep into this, and I'm gonna start playing some clips real soon. I just want to cover a lot of this. And his last songs his last album. He had the song "Screw E Boo Boo" on it, and basically it featured Black Jesus, and it was produced by Black Jesus. You know, that's some like pay attention to that. Right before he dies, he has the song produced by Black Jesus, man. You know what I'm saying? They even mentioned that I'm the carpenter. You feel what I'm saying? Like this stuff is right in our face, like me and Black Jesus mobbing with it. You feel like you got to really pay attention to all of this symbolism. You know what I mean? And actually, before he died too, he had this album, the Game is Thick. It had a bonus DVD called Exhibition of Speed. You know what I'm saying? You remember how I said he died in a car and was shot? You remember that? So look at how all of that stuff correlate together. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just all in our face. Notice how he with the 33, then he died at 3:30. You know what I mean? He died at 3:30 a.m. on basically Halloween night, but it was basically November 1st, but it was really Halloween night. And when you understand that anyway, the night of Halloween, the Halloween night represents nothing but it's basically like nothing but like the night of the spirits being risen up to do destruction. You know what I'm saying? So it's real deep, but I'm about to, like I said, I'm about to play some clips and I'm gonna chime on in because I really want to tap into this because this stuff is crazy. Just listen to this too.
It's a few motherfuckers because I travel to different cities, you feel me? And when I go somewhere like to Kansas City,
Yeah, he said, and I go somewhere like to Kansas City. Kansas City is where he was shot, man. You know what I'm saying? Kansas City is where he was shot, you know? Questions they asked, it's like one of his last interviews.
So what do you think about death? How does that affect you?
Man, only time I get scared about death is when I know I ain't got it right with God. You know what I mean? I know I got this answer to some bullshit, when, you know what I'm saying? So I try to keep it right. Only time when I think about death scaring me is when I know that I've been fucking up or doing bad and I ain't got it right with God, then I know when I die it ain't gonna be cool, you feel me? So that's the only reason when I know I'm doing good, you know what I'm saying, taking care of everybody.
You know what I'm saying? And then I want you to pay attention to this too. That Genie Lamp album that he dropped the same day of Dragonomics, like this is like his two last albums. Let's get deep on this.
Niggas like Keith the Sneak, Regime niggas. We young niggas in the game and we ready to get this motherfucking paper, nigga. So y'all,
You hear that? Like, come on, man. Like, and let's look deep into this because as you see, like I always mention, he's wearing number 23 to Jordan. You know, the guy in the white shirt is wearing number 23, which is Jordan. And you already know Jordan, the Chicago Bulls. You know what I'm saying? The aspect of the bull. And you see he's wearing a 76er. You know what I mean? Which is number 6. He got the Julius Erving jersey on. As you can see. Then now he's wearing the Bullets. The guy who was wearing the Chicago Bulls is now wearing the Bullets. You know, Washington Bullets. Pay attention to that, man. And you heard him when he was talking about the genie. I'm not accusing him. I'm not saying anything like that. But I'm just basically like, look at all this symbolism in here. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. The number 6. Julius Erving, a 76er. Come on, man. Now he's wearing the Bullets. The Bullets jersey. Pay attention to that, man. And you see how Mac Dre was shot and killed in the car. You know what I mean? Like how his career started out dealing with the news van, dealing with a aspect of a van, and then he ends up getting killed and shot up in a van out in Kansas City. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually gonna play some clips, and like I said, I'm gonna chime on in. Listen to this.
Yeah, I wasn't able to go there for a while because at that time I was on the cover of Murda Dog with a gun like this, with red spiked hair, with Kansas City. Yeah. You know?
You know what I'm saying? And that's the cover he's talking about right here. With the Kansas City with the money and the gun. You know what I'm saying? How he got Kansas City on, and then look at this. Notice the whole briefcase full of money. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not accusing no one of anything. I'm just saying, just look at all the symbolism here. You know, I'm asking you what really happened. You know what I mean? Pay attention to this.
Kind of original thing, and people were fucking with it. It was a very slow build-up because I remember, when Mac Dre first
about E40 and Mac Dre like we were the worst. I never had a problem with Mac Dre. Let me break this shit down right quick. I've always been a fixture, like very popular. 13 years old after Little League, I was a whole different person. I fucking around and We somebody on our side of town. So maybe if it was somebody else, they probably wouldn't have tripped. It was, oh shit, this nigga you hopping, you fucking him?
I'm like, this like let's just go deep, man. Let's just go deep because I'ma tap into this. Murder on the song The Motto. And the one who produced this was literally the one who basically was helping Mac Dre's career. I forgot the producer's name, but he the one who helped. He basically did songs, produced songs for Lil Wayne, a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? But he was one of Dre's producers as well.
So Andre,
This is
you
Murder.
wanted me to be a strong. You said you wanted me to be a strong black woman. If you could see me now, sitting here in front of this camera, and the people that are in the room, you would be very proud. So this is just the beginning, and I'm still here, and as long as I'm here, you'll be here. So don't worry about it.
All right, let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it moving. Right quick, because before I even play this clip, I want you to pay attention to this. Notice the game is thick. Notice the whole aspect of the cars, the bridge, and everything. And let's keep it rolling. Pay attention to how Drake is driving, and let's just pay attention to this.
I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. I'ma do it for the Bay, okay?
You know what I'm saying? But just notice that whole aspect of like, you see how they're like under the bridge, like basically not under the bridge, but just the whole aspect. But like when you look at that, I noticed, like, pay attention to this, man, that whole scenery. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's a lot that tie in with this stuff, man, because when you look at it too, how a lot of people wasn't allowed to Mac Dre's funeral neither. You know what I'm saying? It was, they said it was like a big family feud and everything going on with Mac Dre. You know, a lot of the, like, I guess some rappers and stuff wanted to come in there. A lot of them wasn't allowed. It was just, I mean, it was a lot. It's just a lot tied into this, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot tied into this. You know what I mean? But like I said, I'm about to keep this thing rolling. Yuck Mouth talking about, you know, he was with around Mac Dre too. But let's just listen to what he talks about with that night that happened with Mac Dre.
Yeah. So I'm like, nigga, fuck that, man. You got fucking, at this time, you got MoneyGram, you got Western Union. I'm like, nigga, I'm catching my flight, man. This is Western Union, my shit. I ain't about to stay in this hotel. Dre stayed. With him staying, people start booking him for other shit. So he got booked for another show the following Monday.
Right.
You know what I mean? And after that show.
The club walkthroughs and
right,
stuff like
club
that.
walkthrough, right. And after that, you know, the unfortunate happened. So I felt it, the vibe when I was out there. I felt it when we was at the show, you know what I mean? When we, you know what I mean? It was some type of tension I didn't even know of, but it was some tension backstage. I felt, I'm like, yeah, I don't even want to be around here, period. So
angles too.
Me and my wife was going to Hawaii the next day, and I couldn't make it to the show that Mac Dre died. The same van that picked me up, took me to the airport, brought me to the show and all that, was the van that Dre died in. You know what I mean? I just feel like I felt like it was a lot of friction. You know what I'm talking about? One dude.
Yeah, and you know, I did the American Gangster episode on Mac Dre and the Romper Room Gang, and I got to speak to everybody, you know,
Right.
both from his camp to the Kansas City, you know.
Back to when I was talking about how, remember when I was talking about how the bank robbery happened where they said they was stealing cars or whatever, or something like that. But basically, like, no, I'm sorry about the news van. And you remember how they said they got in the car and then sped off, and how they was basically robbing 47 banks. And remember I said that he turned 34 the year of him dying, you know, because he was 33 that year. And you see how what tripped me out is how they said a stolen black Infiniti basically opened fire on a car, and then basically they drove off across the grass into a four-way freeway and died. You know what I mean? In a ditch. And that's how he died. But what I noticed too, 6 months after that, they said that his friend, you know, his hip hop promoter, Mac Minister, and a friend basically avenged Dre's death in Las Vegas by firing 33, hear that again, assault rounds, and killed Fat Tone, a rapper that was from Kansas. And you know, they said 2 days later, a 21-year-old prostitute was killed too, who they basically thought was an informant, I guess. But it's just crazy because it just like pay attention to all of those numbers and just pay attention to all of this, man. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm asking you because remember going back to the Drake aspect on the motto, you see how I already said he said I'm gonna do it for the Bay, okay, getting paid. We'll holler whenever that stop. You remember how I was already talking about the whole aspect of the game is thick. You know what I mean? With the briefcase of money. And you remember how on the motto I showed you how I was like under the Bay Area. You know what I'm saying? As you see. You know what I mean? Like it just make you it's just all this stuff is crazy, you know? See the bridge? You know what I'm saying? Just the whole aspect of that, even though it might not even be the babe, I'm just saying. But I just want to really tap into this because I'm asking you the question, did Mac Dre get sacrificed? And I'm actually gonna leave that right here. Stay tuned, much more is coming to Hide and Seek TV. Peace.